welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. I am Parker. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm going to be your storyteller today. We are about to dive into what I've affectionately named Be Gay Do Crime, which I'm sure tells you so much about what we're doing today. We are playing Blades in the Dark by John Harper, produced by Evil Hat Productions. And we will just do a quick round of introductions. You'll learn more about these characters very shortly. But I'm going to go around the table, metaphorical table. I'm going to have everybody say your name and pronouns, your character's name and pronouns, as well as their playbook. And we'll dig into them more afterwards. Let's start with Amanda.
All right, so my name is Amanda. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Rowan Phillips, who uses any all pronouns, and I'll be playing our slide today.
Amazing. Let's go over to Emma.
Hello, I am Emma, she, her. I'll be playing Angel, they, them, who is the lurk.
Fantastic. Moving over to Bex.
Hi, I'm Bex. I use they, she pronouns. Today I will be playing James Hale, who uses she, her pronouns, and as our spider.
Amazing. And last but not least, Val.
Hi everyone, I am Valdria's on the internet. I use any and all pronouns. Today I bring Will Damaki, the cutter, who uses she and her pronouns.
Amazing. And like I said, we're going to learn a little bit more about each of these characters as we dive into the world of Duskfall. Welcome to the darkened city of crime and just generally unsavory folk, all fighting to survive and find their small piece of joy in this world. Today's story takes place in an area known as Silk Shore, the Red Lamp District, so to speak, and artist community of this plagued place. Our tale is going to begin and narrow in on the infamous Silver Stag Casino, one of many, but probably the most illustrious of the casinos within Duskfall, being one that attracts more of the high spenders and particular clientele that kind of align with that. Despite it being only early afternoon, it is already filled with regulars flitting amongst the tables and to the bar. Speaking of the bar, we zoom in on someone who is actually working behind the bar. Rowan, can you please describe yourself, describe what you look like, and what are you doing at the bar right now?
So a little bit what you see is what you get, but Rowan has got like sort of like the same sort of like hairstyle, maybe like similar clothing. I try it, but maybe a bit of a imagine a little more of like a androgynous sort of look to them. Rowan is probably I'm imagining there's customers about, so I'm like, smiling at the customers, mixing drinks, maybe giving a wink and a flirt to some of the regulars or anyone who looks like they might have a little extra coin to spend or tip.
Excellent. And as you're just kind of sliding some of the coin across the table, just getting those, raking in the tips as you would, somebody swings by the bar to pick up what you know as another round of shots so they can go upsell it at the various tables. James, can you please describe yourself, what you look like, and what you're doing?
So James is a sort of mid-height, very sort of svelte blonde woman, has like shoulder length curly blonde hair and the bangs that are all perfectly blown out. She is very well made up, lots of pinks and glitter all over her face, and like a little lipstick mark in her cheek where someone's gave her a little kiss as she's walked by. She's in like what I can only describe as like a pink and purple, like sparkly bodysuit, and then a massive pink fur coat over the top. It is entirely unnecessary, and she is definitely too hot, but it's about the aesthetic and the vibes. She is sort of like breezing around the casino. She never really stays in one place long enough for anyone to engage her in a conversation, but she's working the room in a way that you can tell is very well practiced. She is quick to laugh and to flirt and to move on again, but if you look closely at her, you get the sense that she is following every conversation in the place as her eyes like dart about.
Excellent. And so as you pick up some drinks to pass off and perhaps entice somebody one way or another, you go and drop them off at one of the card tables. You've already picked up on the fact that someone there is, it seems like they're counting cards, or they've brought their own deck to the table, which is, not what you're supposed to be doing. And you've got a concern about that. However, somebody else has actually already got eyes on that table. So you're able to give them a wink as you continue on. Angel, why don't you describe yourself and what you're doing, as you typically end up being the one that has to spot these unsavory folk who decide to cheat the tables.
Angel is up, sort of elevated a little ways away from the card tables on whatever nearby balcony or windowsill or even chandelier there is, kind of back in the shadows. They have very soft, curly, kind of black hair. They're wearing big wire-rimmed glasses, which are sort of the only thing that you can see of them, as they're otherwise pressed up against the wall, wearing all black. There's definitely a shirt and a cloak and boots, but everything kind of flows together so that they're as unobtrusive as possible. And they've been scanning the floor for anybody who is counting cards or otherwise trying to stiff the casino, and having clocked this person is now looking around for our cutter or anybody else that might be the one to step in.
I love that you knew exactly where I was going with this. And so with that, is there a way that you normally would signal security effectively to step in?
I think Angel would kind of put their fingers to their mouth and do a little faux bird call, a little high-pitched trilling sound that we've set up as a signal.
Perfect. Wilda, please describe yourself and what goes on as soon as you hear that call.
So Wilda is security. And she stands about 5'10", because there's no such thing as 5'11". She has short red hair of a pixie cut that's probably growing out a little bit, that she has slicked back, along with, despite it being nighttime and inside, she does wear tinted glasses inside. Mostly it's just because you don't want anyone to know where you're looking, right? You always want to make sure your eyes are hidden. She's wearing a dark green sort of like suit almost, with a black shirt that is slightly unbuttoned, just like the top two. No like ties, no jewelry, but she has gloves on, and very like slick snakeskin shoes as she walks to this table to where things are signals, and gently but firmly puts a hand on the counter's table shoulder, and it's just like, time to go.
The patron starts to argue. What are you doing? Come on.
Time to go.
He finally locks eyes with you and sees, just even through the shades, just how serious you are with this.
The closer that he looks to the face, he sees like these 3 claw marks, like scratches that have been there for a long time, like scars. And it looks like some creature took a swipe at her at some point in her life. So but it does add to the mystique and to the command that she gives this man. Or a person. I'm not quite sure what kind of patron it is.
He is an elderly gentleman who is just very grumpy with life. So,
yeah.
My default for grumpy problem makers as old white dudes. So unfortunately,
I mean,
that's where
fair.
and where's the lie? Anyways, precisely. So he disgruntled, but he does begrudgingly make his way out the front door, and you all are able to kind of continue along with how you approach your day. At some point, James, you make your way back over towards the bar to pick up a few more drinks and kind of casually start chatting with Rowan. As an individual that you both recognize, who is also someone who works here with you, approaches you both. They are a tall, 6'1", probably, just crippling pile of muscle is the best way to describe them, as they work as a stripper in some of the private rooms that happen to be here at the casino. They have this long, illustrious blue hair, abs for days, and just a gleaming white smile. You know this as Chip. That is the only name they go by, but nevertheless, he is somebody who makes friends with all the staff and really anybody who has the money at this point. So he slides on over and comes to you both. So, what are you two pretty birds up to?
James, I think, is just like stacking shots onto like a tray, like just at like a truly rapid pace. It's just like, and it's just like, oh, you know how it goes. There's always someone to talk to, a story to find. Surely you know that.
Oh, yeah, but I'm less about the stories and more about telling my own, I suppose. Just with less words.
Well, tell me, are you off hours? Can I fix you a drink, or are you still on the clock?
Oh, if only. I am still on the clock. I have a yoga class to teach soon, as one does.
As one does.
It's something special for some of the, real regulars here. No, I'm passing on a message from her lady that do be in power. Apparently you birds need to meet up with her in your aviary.
All right. Well, then I'll just get right to that. Thank you very much for passing that along.
No problem.
Of course.
Any excuse
Her
to
Majesty calls.
Exactly. As always with her, you never know what it's going to be about, but it's never boring. Is that right?
Well, that's often the case, I think.
Would we have it any other way?
I imagine not. That's why you both still keep doing what you do for her, whatever that may be.
Despite some of the unpleasant company, I'm going to look over at James a little bit.
James does not look at you. Like, just does not make eye contact. It's just like...
Oh, come on. I'm sure you're both pleasant company. I know you haven't been here long, but you'll get along with everybody soon enough. I'm sure there's definitely no... And he kind of like starts to realize what Rowan might be alluding to. You may not really like each other, or at least one of you doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean... Sure.
Well, everyone thinks I'm very pleasant most of the time. And just like picks up one of the shots and like knocks it back herself, and it's like, okay.
Huh.
Oh, drinking before a job, I see. Well, hopefully it doesn't befuddle you too much.
Well, if you're capable, a little bit of extra courage does no harm.
I'm going to see myself out, and I'll just leave you two to deal with whatever you are doing.
I hope the yoga class goes well.
Thank you. It always does. And you see him turn around, just gorgeous specimen, just walk off as they saunter. It's not even a walk, it's a saunter as they exit.
James will watch them leave.
Oh, yeah. Do either of you two say anything to each other after that?
Well, are you going to finish all of those off, or shall we make it to the aviary?
No,
like looking at the...
I suppose I'll let someone else distribute them after you.
Yeah. Well, oh no, age before beauty.
Fine. And just pulls the coat up and just keeps walking, glances back over her shoulder and goes, Just don't stab me in the back.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
That's a lie.
No, I would think it very plainly. I'd save my dreams for other things. Speaking
Emma,
of which, where is my guardian angel?
Speaking of Angel, as you are kind of just hanging in the hidden nooks and crannies of the Silver Stag, even the nice part is, while the casino's kind of gaudily decorated in a classy way, as classy as you can get with some casino decor, there's been additional drapery added, so that way you have more spaces to kind of hide and climb and be behind. You notice as you're shifting your way across the space that there's a note that's been pinned up there for you that says, "Meet in the aviary. H. P.S. Notify the raptor."
Angel folds it until it's almost disappeared, and a moment or two later, wherever Wilda is, just from behind you, in whatever direction you were not looking, you hear Angel just, we've been summoned to the aviary, you and I assume the other two.
So I assume after taking out the
Trash.
the guests, you know, Wilda went on break because it's afternoon. It's the afternoon.
That's fair.
Yep, and which means that it is Earl Grey with milk and sugar time in the break room, which is her little pleasures in life. And she's there sipping with the mass market paperback in her hand and a cup of tea, and just sort of sips and like pauses as the strange whisper just happens behind her, and just puts things down, turns and looks. If I was anyone else, you would have frightened me, and I would have been burnt.
But you're not anyone else.
True.
What are you reading, by the way? Is it a good one?
It's something called, flips it over, The Dragon's Bride.
Ooh.
Yes. She makes a deal with a demon. The demon kills her husband, and then she goes marry a dragon. And I put it in my coat pocket. This is a real book, by the way. And I have like in my jacket, I have like mass market paperback size pocket stitched inside, and I just like put it in there.
I need one of those.
Right?
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, and finish my tea, and stand up, put my hands nonchalantly in my pockets, and follow you up.
Excellent. So all of you get there at about the same time. Helene's not there yet. So you have entered into what is known as the aviary, which is a secret break room. It is one where only a handful of staff are really permitted. But Helene has given to you all as a place to sit back, relax when you want to get away from everything else, but also as an opportune time to discuss certain sensitive matters. She started bringing you here not that long ago in order to utilize each of your individual talents in different ways. When Helene hires somebody to work as staff, she normally has more than one job for them. And so this break room is fitted with everything. It has its own mini kitchen. There is a coffee machine, plenty of kettles for additional tea, a fully stacked loose leaf tea cabinet with any kind of blend or individual single origin variety you could want, a fully stacked bar, various treats that come from the kitchen at random intervals, and space for each of you to have something there. what is it that you do when you enter your safe house?
Oh, well, sorry, I like accidentally lost where the mute button was. But
Mood.
so yeah, probably like I imagine Rowan has like their own little like corner somewhere where they keep like their books, especially their old law books, and sort of like making sure everything is in place, no one like touched anything they shouldn't have, or
And you side-eye James as you go through your things.
absolutely. What else would I be doing? Of course, but of course, when Angel walks in, probably Rowan like turns immediately. Is like, oh, and how was your evening, or how was your day?
Angel comes around the corner into the room, expecting that they and Wilda will be the first, and kind of jumps back against the wall for a little bit, for a second, and their cheeks go very pink, but then they collect themselves and just, hello. Day was good. We had to throw out another card counter, but I think there's fewer this week than last. And as they're speaking, they've climbed up to the top of basically the kitchen cabinets, and there's a board in the ceiling that's loose, and they're taking what looks like pieces of jewelry or stray coins that they definitely did not take from patrons, and stashing them inside the space very methodically as they talk.
Should have called you Magpie. Like
we made like a subconscious decision to like not do any corvids, so I don't know.
I was so close to doing either Magpie or Crow, but
yeah.
Goodness.
Well, I thought I heard your call earlier, but I assume that neither of you had any trouble.
No,
well, not that Wilda would have any trouble with the riffraff, but
no.
I mean our honored guests.
No trouble. Though I did have gum under my boot this morning.
Oh, unpleasant.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right. Nothing a little olive oil can't fix.
I think James is truly like lounging in a corner, and when I say lounging, I don't mean like sort of reclined. I mean like has full blown made a tiny little luxurious nest that they're like she's propped herself up on like some sort of a lady, and has like a little tiny wooden board that she's using to hand roll a herbal cigarette with like rose petals in. And it is truly like the most ridiculously indulgent thing in the world, but she's making it look like it is a daily habit for her, which it likely is.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll just make myself some tea before we start. Does anyone want some?
Yes.
All right. I know your type. I know which one you want. Earl Grey, was it?
Yes.
All right. Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, not at all. So I'll just get to making that.
And about the time when you finish making tea, serving it to Wilda, and everybody's getting settled in their space, you hear just a quick rap at the door, just as more of a warning than anything else that someone's about to enter. And in enters your patron. Older woman, probably late 40s, but very luxurious and coiffed gray hair. Clearly, when she started going gray, she decided to fully embrace it and own it, and has been using it to her advantage. You see these piercing blue-green eyes that shift depending on the lighting. Her pale face eyeing you all as she walks into the room, power suit, as you hear kind of the heels on the floor. Her fingers are covered in different gemmed stone rings, and you see a couple of necklaces adorn her slightly opened collar. Well then, my birds, how are you all faring today?
Oh, wonderfully
nice
now
to
that
see
you're
you.
here.
No complaints?
And I nod.
You've got tea, you're happy, you're content.
I'm good.
Mentally, you're still reading your book.
You know what? I don't read it in this break room because I don't read it in front of the boss. Okay, I don't want to. My little secret.
That only Angel knows because Angel knows everyone's secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Angel knows exactly what it is, but no, everyone else no.
Okay.
Lovely. Helene just kind of giggles at all of you, starts to make her way over to where you have still some extra hot water that's been boiled, and starts to make herself her own cup of tea and sit down, just politely ensuring there's no creases in her suit. The best way to describe this woman is just an elegant MILF. Like, that is the best way to describe
It's my
Helene.
favorite kind.
We are here for her.
We are blessed.
And so she looks to you all and says, well, I know we're still gathering our footing. However, I do have another job for you that is of a more personal nature than one pertaining to the casino.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that you will be able to deal with this discreetly. And I do believe you are the best individuals I currently have available to assist with this. You see, someone has been arrested, is I believe the simplest way to put it, for paltry reasons.
They were arrested because they stole a chicken.
Close, but not quite.
I'm
Not
not sure it's that
poultry,
kind of
not poultry reasons, paltry reasons.
And Wilda looks very confused because it still sounds like the exact same word to her.
Oh,
for minor reasons.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. For inconsequential reasons.
Yeah.
Small thing was stolen, and now they've ended up in Iron Hook prison, and we can't have that. I have someone that can help cover their disappearance once they are out of the prison, but unfortunately I do require the group of you to find a way into Iron Hook and get her out.
All right.
Iron Hook.
Iron Hook.
Interesting.
Oof.
There's a little squeak of excitement from up atop the kitchen cabinet.
Well, I'm glad someone's happy about this.
There's a little smile and a wink that comes up your way from Helene, who knew you at least would be very interested in this one.
Well, all right then. So who is this individual we're going to be rescuing from this horrible fate?
There's a heavy sigh.
Is it at least someone fun?
Oh, she's very fun. I think you'll all enjoy her company once you've acquired her. The individual is known as Asher Claw. You're looking for a short, 5'1" Scovelander, so, bright orange hair, smart mouth, and a penchant for picking up things that don't belong to her.
As you do. Okay.
My contact in the blue coats, Laraz, will be able to sweep it under the table if she happens to disappear, but isn't able to do anything further than that.
Right.
Ideally, provided none of you have anywhere better to be, would prefer if you were able to sneak her out tonight under, the calm of night, giving you at least, a few hours to prepare.
All right.
I have nothing on the docket. I'm sure we can make some time for it.
I'm happy to approve additional time off if need be afterwards as well.
Oh, lovely.
James has that little like half smile she has when she's like, "Oh, this is going to be fun," but also I don't want to show my hand this early.
All right.
Any other questions?
I'm supposing we don't have any other. I'm supposing we don't have any other contacts on the inside. It'll just be the four of us.
Just the four of you, yes.
All right. And then how do we find the? You said once we're outside, we'll have someone to drop her off to. So where do we find that?
Once you're outside, you can bring her back here.
Gotcha.
And once we know she's out, I'll connect with Laurel's about doing away with the paperwork that had any record of her being here.
No paperwork, what I'd love to hear.
Exactly. We love it when somebody else will get rid of it for us. Any questions?
No? All right. I think we can take it from here, madame.
Fabulous. Well, if you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. Best of luck. And she gives you all a wink as she exits the room. We are now entering what is called the information gathering phase. Don't know why there was an airport and finger guns, but we did that.
How many bisexuals are in this chat right now?
Listen, it's all of our people. It's fine.
No, this is Alpha Lesbian. This is Alpha Lesbian.
I have a question. How are we all sitting in our chairs currently?
Oh.
I don't need that call out right now. And
Lower your voice.
I'm going to untangle my legs and sit like a proper person again.
You can't see my legs. You don't know what they're doing.
We're all sitting the way that on chairs and the way they're meant to be sat. It's fine.
Absolutely. The way they were intended to be used.
Oh, 100%.
Cross-legged, right?
Awkwardly and yes, constantly shifting. Absolutely. Oh, so we are entering the information gathering phase. So each of you can go basically use this time to go do. I normally limit it to a thing unless there's a couple of things we can make it kind of work with how much time you in theory have. But this is ideally an opportunity to go talk to whether or not it's your contacts or we can make up a person. We can kind of just spitball of what would you like to do to prepare for this job. You don't need to have the full plan. We just need a partial plan. We'll need point of entry and what type of plan we're doing by the end of this. And I'll go through those closer too. But let's feel free to discuss.
Somehow not in Roll20. I thought I was. I clearly was.
I could have sworn you were. You were at one point.
I know. Did I? This is what happens.
I certainly perceived you in Roll20.
I know. Like
I was like, no, I had all of you.
You have 800 windows open. You just
that's a mood.
Accidentally close a Roll20.
Either you close what you need, or you realize you have the same thing open 3 times. Which is
and miraculously the thing that's open 3 times is also not the thing you needed.
No.
Yeah.
Never ever.
True. Oh yeah.
So, how do you guys want to prepare for this?
I've got something. I would like, because I have family in the prison industry, in the beacons industry, all that kind of stuff. I would like to procure blueprints.
Okay. So you're going to go talk to your brother about that?
He's probably at work, but his wife is home.
I love that.
And I don't go empty-handed, of course. I bring Angel. As well as a fruits basket. Because I am the distraction. I don't sneak.
Angel, are you down to go with us?
I sneak. I very much sneak.
And essentially my plan is to distract my sister-in-law just enough to where you can sneak into my brother's office and get some blueprints.
When you pitch this idea to Angel, you're maybe halfway through the sentence before they have already like put on their traveling cloak and are waiting to leave with you.
Amazing. Okay. So we will get to that in a second. Does the sister-in-law have a name, or am I running with that?
Let's call her Edith.
Perfect.
She is 8 months pregnant.
Perfect.
So she is gonna love all the snacks I bring her.
Oh my god. She was going to the bathroom like 3 times probably.
Yeah.
So, which also a blessing in this case.
And it's the first child.
Love that. Love that. All right, James, Rowan, do you guys have anything in mind that you would like to do? Does it need to be together? But doesn't have to be separate either.
Actually, I was thinking like sort of like once the blueprints are in hand, like if we do get a hold of those, I'd like to do something with those. So my sort of idea is sort of contingent. Yeah, I'm contingent on that.
Perfect. James?
James was going to cycle back down into the casino and start. There's a couple of like big whales kicking about at the casino table that she knows are pretty well to do in the law enforcement industry. And she's like, there's a chance I can like sway some information out of this. The fur coat's gonna come down to like her elbows. She's gonna like have a little chat, bring some drinks, a little hand in the back as she's talking to them and see if she can get them to spill some information about how guarded it is. Like, how easy would it be for us to get in there?
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do James first, and then we'll do Wilda and Angel, and then we'll finish up with Rowan for the information gathering phase. I love this. This is great. So James, you decide to head back down to the casino. I assume you like fluff up the coat a little bit.
Oh yeah, like the hair gets fluffed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a little top off of the lip gloss. The coat comes down to like the shoulders are out. Like it's a whole production.
It's a whole thing. Fantastic. And you so you go down, and there's any number of different regulars here that have some way in or another with the prison, with Iron Hook. Some of them indirectly, but still might know something, versus other ones who you don't get the people that work. You don't necessarily get the prison guards there, but you get like the administration people more so there. And so one of the administrative people, his name is Jeff. He is, you know him because every time you come by with drinks, he is the easiest sell in the place.
Yeah. I imagine she's like upsold so many today alone.
Yeah, he's somebody who's worked for Iron Hook for a while. You know of him, and he is just he's always depressed, this poor guy. He's lonely is what this is. He is sweet boy, like Takerosi, so has the fun eyes, like purplish eyes, brownish hair kind of coming down to his shoulders, and just always this kind of melancholic vibe to him of like a tortured poet.
Yeah.
That is what it is. It is tortured poet vibes, complete with this
that vibe.
billowing shirt and everything too. And so you see that he's come in for the evening, clearly already done his work day because works the earlier shift, and is already sitting, has gotten a drink in hand and is going between tables. How do you approach him?
Once I clock that it's him, I will go over and get what I know he drinks, like his standard, and sort of sidle up, and I'm just like, Jeff, baby, was it a bad day? And like slide the drink into his other hand so he has one in each, like one hand in like the back of his, like between his shoulders. I'm like, was it a rough one?
And you just hear this long disgruntled sigh come out of him, and just, oh, James, you don't even know.
Oh,
I'm wasting my
baby,
life
I know. I know, you always say it.
I know, but I should be doing something more. What am I
I know.
doing?
You have such a smart mind. You could be doing anything you want to do.
I know, and why am I not? Why am I wasting my days and my life away?
Is it
Working for
so
the man.
dull? I know, every time. Is it that dull? How many
Yes.
silly little things did you have to coordinate today?
Oh, the paperwork. The
The
paperwork. There's just
paperwork.
so many different. There's people, and they commit crimes, and then we have to do so many forms for them. It's just a waste of paper, if you ask me. It should be used
I
for something
think
more
so.
meaningful.
For the arts, you know?
Exactly. You get it. You
Good.
get it. And
I
he's
do.
already clearly finished his one drink, put it aside, and he's on to the one you're with.
I know. Hey, how many silly little guard changes did you have to monitor today? You complained so much last week about that new one.
Oh, I know. You're gonna do me. We're gonna get a roll going. We're gonna get a roll going with this. I mean, consort or sway to get him. It's the same for
Great.
you in either way. So
Okay.
whichever one, just go risky. Risky standard, yeah, because it's typical. Doesn't really matter. There's not a lot of
Risky
stakes
standard.
in this. Yeah.
Great.
And you have two
tables.
dice. You
Yep.
do have the opportunity. I mean, if you want to push yourself, you can, which means taking 2 stress and you get an extra die. But it's up
Okay.
to you. This is the information gathering phase. There is low risk at this point. We get to feel things out.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, because what you're looking for is a 6. If you get a 4 or 5, it's partial success. 1 to 3 is a failure. Whichever the highest is, you got a 4.
A little 4.
So
we'll take
mixed.
Yeah.
Still a success. So you're going to get what you want out of it, but it's not going to be. You won't necessarily take any like consequences in this case. Nothing to resist. But it may not be necessarily everything you want.
Yeah.
He doesn't start pouring out his heart and soul about everything with you.
That's okay.
He does start to go into some of the guard routines, though, and how it's had to shift recently due to administration changes. There's somebody new who's kind of running the guards now, and it's annoying as all get out. But so now they've come down to it's a very, very on the clock turnover. So every 8 hours, specifically on that hour, is when that happens, and it's frustrating because sometimes if somebody's running late, that means that there's zero overlap, and sometimes there's even gaps, and he is finding that it is frustrating to deal with. And so he laments on to you about this and just, oh, woe is me being stuck in the political system that is upheld by the man.
She's spent so long consoling, being like, I know you've got a rebellious heart. You're made to be in the arts and to write everything you want to write, and goes on and on.
Good, excellent, beautiful. Fantastic. Is there anything else you're trying to get out of Jeff?
I think she's gonna spend some time sort of nursing his ego and making sure she likes to keep him on side. He's useful in this way because she knows that she can ask a couple of leading questions so long as she goes back to being like, it's okay, I'm here for you.
I love that. Beautiful. So you will continue to nurse poor Jeff. While we move over to Wilda and Angel. So you are going to go visit your sister-in-law.
Yes.
Excellent. Do you give her a heads up, or do you just show up unannounced?
I'm going to show up unannounced.
Amazing.
Yeah,
and with a basket, is Angel being seen at all, or is
is for Angel not to be seen?
Perfect.
Yeah. As far as my family is concerned, I have no connections to people like this.
Do you have any prior knowledge of where the study is located in the house, or
yes.
is Angel just questing around?
It is our childhood house. So my brother's office, it was once my father's office. It is in the it's a townhouse. It is in the west side. It's a corner as well, so it's facing the west end. Because he likes to have the afternoon sun, sort of thing. So yeah, it's in second floor, southwest corner.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay, so you go up to your sister-in-law's townhouse, knowing that your brother is working.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on the door, I presume?
Yes. I knock on the door, but knowing that she is pregnant, I don't wait for her to answer. It's just that I'm announcing my entrance. Because as I go in, sister, I bear fruits.
One minute. 1 minute. I just
stay where you are.
okay.
I'm coming to you. Stay.
Okay.
Stay, good girl.
And you
Okay.
just hear the heavy sigh as she as you clearly can tell she's going back into a chair.
Mm-hmm. I come over to her and it's like, oh look, you look uncomfortable.
Don't get pregnant. Whatever you do.
There's no way that's happening.
Don't. Good. Just this. And she starts to address the stomach directly.
Here, and I hand her an apricot.
Oh, thank you.
For the iron, you'll need it.
You're better than your brother, you know that.
I know.
Maybe I married
too. Mm-hmm.
I think I married the wrong one.
Do you want something? I don't want to marry anyone. Do you want to get do you want something to drink while I'm here?
Oh, would you be a dear and get me some more water? I'm completely out. I was gonna get up and get some more, but it just
you shouldn't drink the water from the tap. Do you have a filter?
There's a filter. There's also little slices of lemon that have been pre-cut.
Okay. Is there anything else that you need?
I need this baby out of me, but I don't think you're here to do that.
I cannot.
What brings you over anyways?
I cannot assist with that. Oh, well, you see, as I was talking to a coworker whose wife is also pregnant, they told me that apricots are really good for pregnant women because of the iron that is needed in your bloodstream, because you apparently lose a lot when a human comes out of you. So I was like, oh, I should go and procure apricots for you, dear. And then it felt very silly only to get apricots when I could get an entire basket of assorted treats. So I got a whole basket of assorted treats.
You are delightful and an angel. Thank you.
I am. I understand.
Speaking of angel, let's just do a quick cut out over to there.
Pan across.
Exactly. Just pan across over to the corner of this townhouse.
Yeah.
You noted that Wilda's kind of gone in. You can hear some of the overall murmuring as you kind of put your ear nearby the windows and whatnot. How are you getting in? What are you planning?
Angel's plan A is to see if there are any windows on the ground floor that can just be conveniently opened and slip through. Plan B is to start trying to climb the townhouse, but they figured go for the path of least resistance first.
Honestly, smart. So I'm going to have you roll finesse or actually prowl. It's going to be prowl in this case because you are sneaking up around to different things.
Does she get any sort of assist because
she will distracted? Yes, she will get. And so add 1 extra die.
Delightful. All right, I will roll that manually because I have 3 here.
Cool.
5. Highest of those is a 5.
Perfect. So partial success. So I'm going to say that yes, you have no issue. You find a window. It takes you a little bit to kind of maneuver it open, but you are able to get it open silently and discreetly. So you are able to enter the vicinity and start looking around the study. Yeah. And so we'll leave you to that as we swipe back over to Wilda. Wilda, are you So you kind of commanded Edith to try to just stay in one spot, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. I commanded. I was like, sit. Stay.
Oh, but I feel so useless.
You are creating life. There is nothing more useful in this this sour place than that. Are the squirrels still eating your wiring? Do you need me to take care of them?
Oh gods, if you could, yes, that would be.
I will procure traps for you and bring them tomorrow.
Oh, thank you.
I have had many of battles with those
And
those
Warren's
ruffians.
just been useless at trying to get rid of them. He just, I think he doesn't want to for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, he's always had a soft spot for rodents.
I don't understand it.
You see this? I point to my scars on my face.
Uh-huh.
Capybara.
That's horrible.
I know.
They're such cute creatures, and you start hearing she's getting emotional. A pregnant woman would.
Here's the thing. It wasn't a capybara, but she doesn't know that.
They're so cute. And I just, what if my child
excuse me.
is like
what
that
did my dear, my love, I was calling her at my own name. My dear, it was a joke. It wasn't actually a capybara.
What attacked you?
A demon.
Oh.
A demon capybara.
Okay, well that's less cute. My child's not going to be a demon, right? Hilda, can you comfort me?
It could quite be a capybara. Have you seen Warren's nose?
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you saying my child could be a capybara? Oh gods! Oh no! Am I giving birth to a demon capybara? And she starts bawling. She has no idea how to.
And I give her some chocolate dipped strawberries. Consume.
And then
Angel up in the study hears the sound of just like somebody starting to full sob and just kind of pauses mid whatever drawer they're opening, just like with great confusion.
Exactly. I'm gonna have you. As we go back over to Emma, a cat decides to interrupt whatever you're doing, as they often do. Hi, sweet boy.
I feel such a spiritual connection to this cat right now.
Yeah,
he's a good boy. He's
Hello.
so.
Hello, cutie.
Speaking of demons, one has shown
Yeah.
up.
Well, speak of the devil and they shall appear, obviously.
Yeah.
Fluffy
That's
demon.
how it works. Except he's gonna lick off all my makeup. It's fine. That's not healthy for you. You know that, right? You're gonna
a targeted act.
This is anyways. This is how he gets glitter on him. Anyways, Angel, do me a favor, and you'll still get one extra bonus die. Roll survey for me because you are looking through this place. Don't really have a lot to go off of, so it's more looking through the area to figure it out.
That's a 6.
Hey.
It ends up being surprisingly easy for you. You decide to put 2 and 2 together, and you're like, what's going to make sense? It's a great place to keep blueprints in a desk. There's probably a filing cabinet underneath there. We could probably, and without, apparently, Warren is exceptionally organized in his filing system. And so we love it when they do that. And so you are able to get the materials without issue and make your way back out through your window that you have and just kind of shimmy it back closed and head back to the aviary without issue or whatever. If you and Wilder are meeting up part way, then you also have that as an option. But
I imagine there's another little bird whistle to let me know that you've done well, kind of thing. It's like, after calming my sister-in-law down, I will stand up and it's like, well, you have sustenance and filtered water. This has been boiled, correct?
Yes.
Good. I apologize for giving you such notions of demon capybara. I leave with you instead the notions of an angelic capybara instead. coming into your life.
I'm still giving birth to a capybara. And I think that's the note you probably leave on as she kind of goes through another bout of her own hysterics.
Note to self: get this woman a stuffed capybara for her child.
That is 1,000% what you need to do.
Oh my gosh, the new mascot for the birds is just going to be this capybara.
The capybara. I love it. It's beautiful.
The capybara part is non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you were able to return back with that information. James has managed to procure an idea, at least, of the guard rotation. Rowan, what do you want to do? You are muted.
Yes, I was just clicking back over so that I wouldn't be muted. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
So, the blueprints are in hand. So I'm going to try to use a combination of the blueprints and my own recollections of this place to try to determine the best point of entry. Rowan's a learned person, so if may be able to decipher, sort of study these blueprints to determine not only the best place of entry, but once we're in there, what sort of persona or disguise I might take on to to do all that. So would this be a study roll?
This would be a study roll, and I'll give you an extra bonus die because you have the blueprints to help jog your memory effectively and map things out.
All right, so study, and this is going to be, I'm guessing,
just risky standard.
Risky standard?
Yeah. There's, no risk on this really, but that it won't matter in this. It's mostly the roll we care about in this case.
Okay, and then let me get a standard.
The most risk you have is giving yourself a headache right now, but.
Okay. And a bonus die. Okay, so submit. Okay. Yay,
3, which ends up double 3s, which double unfortunately is not a success. And so you are trying to recall, and the thing is, you're looking at these blueprints and you can kind of figure out where you were at in there, but you're trying to figure out the best pathway or people you could impersonate, but it's all so boring. Is the problem.
Oh gosh.
It's a prison. It's kind of lifeless in a lot of ways. It's lacking color. It's lacking inspiration is really what it is. And so it's difficult to figure out really the best way. You kind of come to the conclusion you could do if you wanted to try to impersonate a guard, you could. If you wanted to try to impersonate a clerk, you could. If you want to try to impersonate an inmate, there's lots of different tactics you could take, but none of them are really. Nothing's popping out to you as a clear direction to go.
I'm lacking inspiration. Oh no. So probably I'll try to impersonate a clerk or something, since I have a law background. Maybe I'm I don't know what the if there's an inmate who might be I might be pretending to be someone's lawyer or something, I'm going to speak to my client.
And maybe, and that's something you can decide to divert to that tactic if you would like to. Just knowing that, that is definitely a route that you guys can take. So this actually leads us to a great part where we are just going to do a quick look at the heist. Is there any other information gathering that you guys wanted to do before we kind of?
I'm sorry, everyone. Oh well.
It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. So here's the big question. What is there are 6 different kinds of plans that you guys can use to move forward with. We have to figure out that. We have to figure out point of entry. So you can either do assault. Are you going to bust down the doors and break into this place? Are you going to use a cult, even though most of you have no real connection to that side of things?
Demon capybara.
You know what? Fair. Demon capybara.
We're going to summon a capybara army, first of all. That's the first step.
Okay, suddenly so glad you didn't take Whisper.
If I had, that would be happening.
we would be doing Demon Capybara heist.
And this is why we should be glad I did not.
alternate game is that's what happens. Deception, which is deceiving as a point of entry. Social, using connections that you have to get you in. Stealth, so sneaking in through whatever means you do have the blueprints. Or transport. This is not a transport job. This is I make jokes about transport jobs because I've played a lot of episodes of an AP playing this game, and we harassed our GM to no end about everything should be a transport job. I am now putting myself in their shoes for once, and this is not a transport job as much as we would love it to be.
All right. Even though we're transporting someone out of the prison, okay.
Unless you have a vehicle in which to do it, it is unfortunately not a transport job.
Demon capybara. What else have we been saying? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so transports and occult are clearly out. We can. I would even
Assault
say
out,
let's
but
not.
I think assault is
feels
out.
like
Yeah.
it's out,
No.
however.
We are set up because of my connection with the warden. Set up for a social or deception.
Okay.
I think
sort of
social
thing.
deception are probably
Yeah.
strongest.
So if we go under false pretenses, like for example, like Amanda and myself, especially if you're pretending to be a clerk or a lawyer, again, in a much larger scale of me just going to his house, now I can go to his place of work under false pretenses as a distraction. And if it goes badly, it's fine. I always win the wrestling matches. But it's like I can put a man in a chokehold without him dying. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Good
Yeah,
to know.
it'll
fine.
make the
Good to
Thanksgiving
know.
dinner a little awkward, but okay.
Dinner has been awkward since we have been born.
Okay.
Dinner has never stopped being awkward thus.
Yeah, I eat dinner at his house like twice a week.
Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
It's okay. And then me and his wife ran a book club together.
Yeah, Edith is fine with this.
It's fine. We're okay. Sort of thing. But yeah. How do you guys feel?
Right. Yeah, I definitely like the
Yeah.
deception route. I think that, sort of dusting off like my incomplete law degree to like pretend to be like maybe like someone doing like pro bono kind of work, like, oh yes, I'm just here for helping, the poor inmates or something. I have a rich benefactor or something. I don't know. Like for the good of our societal integrity and all of that.
So this is a little off topic, and it's not off topic, it's on topic, but I had this weird idea pop into my head based on Val's real life experiences.
Okay.
There was a program in high school called Teen Court, where at one point we took a field trip to a state prison in Louisiana, and I'm just going to point out that it was state prisons in Louisiana are not a place you want to be, to literally scare us from doing crime. So
Wild.
I could bring, I know, right?
That's a wild thing to happen.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
What is happening in the States?
That
You don't want it.
the entire
Why-
rest of the
That's
stream
a-
and then some. I
Why
don't
do you
listen,
think I left?
Same.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, same.
Sorry, Emma.
I assume Duskfall also has a for-profit prison system.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Kind of thing.
that
Just
makes sense.
It's terrible. Assume yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Perhaps I could bring you in as a guest who might have been doing crime in my casino. It's like, you know what? I could give you a tour to show where you'd find out next time you steal from me.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I sort of like that idea. Just like I'm just a wayward rapscallion sort of thing.
Scare you straight, but
Scare
not
you
in the
No, I mean,
No.
Good
was
luck
going
with
to ask,
that.
are we
Yeah,
all
no,
thinking
same.
of entering through the same method, or do we wish
That's
to
the other
divide and
question.
conquer?
We could split because you could do
Yeah.
stealth if you wanted to try and sneak
Since
in.
I alone probably have the best chance of stealth. I do not know how
Yeah.
much I can help everybody else with stealth methods, but I can certainly give it a go on my own.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my pitch for like a deception or social way of getting in, if I was going to deceive, my honest pitch was going to be, oh, I'm coming for like my conjugal visit with my partner. Why do you think I'm dressed like this?
I'm so happy about that. That's
Which I personally think
you're
would
a
be fun.
genius.
Because like she's
Okay.
not gonna pass as like a lawyer or even really as a criminal. She looks too fancy. But she could be like,
As
excuse
white
me.
collar crime, thank you.
That is true. That is true. But you know.
Just extortion from the casino. Like that is definitely
Also true.
something you can do.
And
Also
would you be
true.
coming for a conjugal visit with just somebody that we made up, or with Asher specifically?
Could be
you
very
could
funny.
wind up getting
Honestly,
right in the same
could
room.
be funny.
Amazing. Okay.
It's we could certainly fetch it and see if I get away with it. Might be funny.
Okay, so I think three of you are using deception, and one of you is going to use stealth.
Yeah.
For our lovely lurk, what kind of point of entry are you going for with this? What do you think? Are you trying? I'm going to put it this way: are you going to try to go in from the roof? Are you going to try to use underground tunnels, or are you going to try to use a barred window on the side somehow?
I would go for the equivalent of underground tunnels. The first thing that came to my mind was honestly piping systems for like laundry or water or plumbing.
Okay.
That's
Perfect.
If running a massive building requires those systems to be, substantial enough that
Amazing.
potentially a person could sneak through them.
Perfect. I love it. And the other three of you are all going in the front door with your various guises, correct?
Yeah. So
I feel like
do
we
you
should
think-
stagger this and not
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
quick succession.
Yeah, like we'll I think I like that idea of having like staggered entry, because then it doesn't look like, oh, all of these people are here for something nefarious. It's like, oh, these people are just just happen to be these unrelated people. Actually,
An interesting group of unusual characters all simultaneously appear.
Yeah.
Just a normal day at Iron Hook. I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine.
Yes. So Val, do you think we're coming in together? Do you want to go with the lawyer story or the wayward youth story?
It's up to you, because I could just go into the prison and just say that I'm going to hang out with my brother.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like.
If you come in with me, it would be a little less suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like I feel like I want to be able to use like my lawyer thing is the only thing, because like. But I did like that idea too. I think that could be like maybe something
you could if you want to, if you could also, like, you are my coworker and that is a known thing.
Yeah.
You can come in with me under the pretense that I am studying law and I would like to understand the prison system, so I would like to talk to the warden of the prison.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go.
And I'd be like, oh, I happen to know a guy, the guy.
Yeah. All right then, yeah, I like that idea. So I'll make myself fancy. So
amazing. Okay, so we are going to do, now that we've got that figured out, we don't need to figure out anything else, because we will figure it out as we go, which is the fun part. We are, however, going to do our engagement roll. So when it comes down to an engagement roll, basically it'll help determine your starting position. You get one dice for just sheer luck. Now it's a series of questions that'll determine whether you take away or add more dice to this pool for me to roll for you, and I will roll that one. But is this operation particularly bold or daring? Is the operation actually? Is it particularly bold or daring? I mean, you're breaking into a prison.
Yeah.
I'm going with yes.
Say yes.
Yes. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? Not really. It's pretty straightforward, in my opinion. Okay. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
I would say that Val's like knowing the warden sort of like exposes a weakness, like
Yeah.
because like just a personal connection. Yeah.
So really should have vetted the warden's family a
Yeah.
lot more.
Yeah, they real.
Here's the thing. It's a family job.
You know what? Fair. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? I will take away a die for that one, just because this is their home turf with their own people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's built to not have this happen.
Yeah.
So that one's a net 0.
Fine. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for the operation? Technically, your brother is effective.
Yeah, technically.
Unknowingly.
giving us aid. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Does
and I
it-
mean, I spoke with Jeff, and he thinks he's my friend, so that's
so
fine.
true. He does. Okay. Yep. So you get the extra die there. Are any enemies or rivals interfering with this operation? I'm going to go with no. You guys are a very low tier, not known group.
Yeah.
That normally becomes a much bigger deal when you've been playing this for a lot longer, or you are in a crew that has been causing a lot more mayhem and have made enemies. I didn't give you guys, we were going to deal much with the other rival gangs, so I didn't give you any to really play with on those ones. Any other elements you want to consider? It is a high tier, the prison itself, but I'm not going to take a die away for that, so we're going to leave it at 3. I'm being it's a one shot, so I get very generous in one shots. 3 dice. Let's see what we start in. The highest is a 5, so you're going to be starting risky standard, which is great. We are okay with that.
Yep.
We are very okay with that. Risk is as it is, but at least it's not bad. So it would be even worse if we were breaking into a prison and it was already starting.
And it was desperate. Yeah.
Immediately desperate.
Desperate from the get-go.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, we could get an extra tick for all of the rolls by the time.
Oh, yeah.
True. Yeah, being in a desperate situation gives you experience because you know what doesn't kill you
makes you stronger.
Sometimes,
what doesn't kill you,
or in this particular system, gives you trauma.
That's it.
Exactly.
You know what? Things can be 2 things.
It's true. What is trauma but life experience?
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh,
Potato.
I have so much EXP. That's great.
Corporate wants you to find the difference between these 2 pictures. They're the same thing.
They're the same picture.
All right. So we are a little early, but what we'll do is we will actually cut to our break now. And when we come back, we will get into the heist itself, into this jailbreak. All right. So we'll be back in a few. Go stretch, get water, etc. But yes,
I
see you shortly.
No problem.
Hello, hello, and we are back with Be Gay Do Crime, a Blades in the Dark heist. Our lovely, lovely birds, which I guess we'll eventually get into all of their code names shortly, so you understand why they are all birds and where this bird theme has come from. But we are going to start to dive into the actual heist itself. They have been contracted by their patron, Helene, the MILF who owns the Silver Stag Casino, to break somebody out of jail. They have to go break Asher Claw out of jail for whatever she did to get her butt in there. So we have blueprints. We have sort of a plan that involves both deception and stealth. And we have some makeovers to do before we dive right into it. So we're going to just pick up right, I think, where after you all had kind of come together and worked on the plan. And yeah, take it away, because I think you know what you want to do and how you want to go about it. So
All right. Yeah. Well, Rowan is going to be back in the aviary, and so Rowan's sort of plan is like to come in as like this as like a legal expert, like a barrister of some sort. And so I'm going to have a slight glow up, my slight costume change. Well,
Yay.
costume addition. I've been working on this one, so I have my fancy little cloak, my capelet, and so Rowan will be putting this on. This sort of like, you know, I think they have like some other stuff that they're going to be like doing like some alterations, like maybe a wig or something, like some. But this will sort of represent my costume change, and but they will say, "Oh darn it, I don't know what happened to my clasp. I think the clasp is broken. I need some sort of brooch to hold this together." And they're going to start looking through their stuff for like sort of like pawing around, like looking for something.
Angel is the only person I think that doesn't need to do a costume change, and will hear that, and from presumably back up on the kitchen counters, start just reaching up into their stash of jewelry to look around for things as well, while everybody else is getting changed. Interesting. Brooch. Okay.
excellent. James, you also had to do some sprucing up, so to speak.
Yeah, James is gonna like the sparkly bodysuit and the fur coat is great for the casino, but it just doesn't ring of like, you know, loving partner for conjugal visit. There's a different vibe for that. So the vibe she settles on instead is like a cowl neck, like silk sheath dress and like a pale pink, and then what I can only describe as like leather pink go-go boots. Because she's incapable of being even remotely subtle, has that, and then like a sort of long like shimmery coat over the top. It's just like light. It's not going to offer any warmth, but you know, it's just a little bit something a little bit special. Redoes her makeup, pins her hair back like all up so that she can do a very dramatic like let it down so it'll all fall. Every part of it is like very intently thought out.
Excellent. Angel, do you manage to find a brooch for Rowan there?
I think so. I think Angel goes to the very back of their stash, and as Rowan is finishing up this change in the aviary, similarly, there's no sound of movement. It's just like suddenly a foot or two behind Angel, taps them once on the shoulder and holds out like, you know, a little pearlescent kind of clasp. And
did you wherever did you get this? This is starling.
Oh, I just I found it off one of the patrons or something. I figured if you need something for your outfit.
Oh well, you've saved me again, my angel. I'll put this right on.
Angel goes bright red and grins, and the next time any of you look over, they've vanished from the room. There's just a very happy little squeaking sound, and they're gone.
Beautiful. I love it. Wilda, is there anything you're doing to get prepared for this?
I think with Wilda, just because it's more of an emotional preparation. Because it's not that her and her brother don't like each other. They love each other.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
you can love someone and not like them. So.
Exactly. There is she's a disappointment to the family because she decided to go into the private security business instead of because she saw how the prison system worked and didn't like it. Not like that at all.
Yeah,
I was like,
valid.
No thanks. So she is emotionally preparing by reading. Because she's just got to disassociate for a hot second. She's going to go dressed as she is now. Her pocket's full, but unsure of what they're full with. And is not seated. She is standing because, man, sitting down right now sounds like a terrible idea. And just has her mass market. Anyone who passes by, however, might see a tint of red in her cheeks as her lips are just slightly parted in awe. Like,
I love it. I love it. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to jump in. We're doing three different entrances here. We've got Rowan and Wilda, we've got James, and we have Angel, each doing their own thing. Everybody declare your load. What you are. You don't need to say what you're taking with you, but just light, medium, or heavy. What do you got? What are you guys doing?
Heavy.
Light. Yeah, that's fair.
We're both immediately
light. I think. Yeah.
Fair.
I think also light.
Okay.
Heavy.
Spoken like a true cutter.
Yeah, I mean, heavy. Like I said, well-tailored pockets.
Oh, listen, there is nothing better in this world than well-tailored pockets, okay?
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
Fit a capybara in there. Anyways.
A demon
one.
These pockets are fireproof. They are rated to hold many animals.
Oh, goodness. Your entire little... What is a group of... Okay, no, I will derail onto what a group of capybaras is called. I will look that up later.
We'll look it up right now so it's
somebody
fine.
else can do it. All right.
A herd.
It's a
You
herd.
beat me.
Okay.
You beat me. Yep.
Learn something new every day. Awesome. So we are going to start with... let's start with our Lark. Let's start with Angel. Angel, you're going in through the underground tunnels, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And you've kind of gone to the underdark of Duskfall, so to speak. How often do you tend to use the tunnels for anything?
I think they're familiar with them. They're not I think they're always their second plan. I think they're always Angel's second plan, essentially plan B. Their plan A is pretty much always go somewhere very high, a la rooftops, balconies, etc. And when that doesn't work out 50% of the time, plan B is go low.
Fair. That is a good way to do it. So you are... The underground isn't too bad for you to navigate around. The big thing is going to be where you decide to enter. There is a number of different vents and or pipes you could utilize to get into this. What room are you ideally trying to fall into based off of your knowledge of the blueprints? What ideally would you try to?
I would love to fall into the laundry room, which has many benefits, such as hopefully not being in use all the time and me being able to steal outfits with which to pass more easily.
Amazing. Do me a favor and roll Prowl for me.
That is a 6.
We love it. We love it. Okay, so you are able to navigate fairly well. It's not too bad. You took a good chance to study these floor plans and like the best, because they're not always going to be, hey, here's exactly where criminals would like to go to sneak in. It is okay. I think this duct connects to here. I think if I go this way, there should be a way to cross over underground here. It's convoluted, is the short version. And so that said, though, you are very accustomed to this and you are able to navigate quite well and land yourself kind of in the air duct effectively that leads into the laundry room. Looking in through the vent, it actually brings you to a bird's eye view of the room itself. You had to do some little bit of going up a hill of it, but you were able to kind of go through that without any issues. Looking into it, you see the odd person kind of in and out just to kind of change over loads. But once you see the most recent one change them over and do some folding, there's not really, they've left, and not hearing anybody come back. What do you want to do?
Delightful. Who exactly does it look like is changing out the loads? I.e., is this a task for guards, for prisoners, or for any workers sort of on the in-between, as it were?
It looks like workers on the in-between. They're not some of the high security people, but they look like people who got sentenced to community service. And so you know that they're not guards, but you know that they're not the main round of inmates. It seems to be people who have done their time and now are given community service to complete.
All right. And it looks like they have, enough leeway of movement to be able to come and go
Correct.
to do that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. In that case, there's a faint rattling sound as Angel kind of neatly drops and rolls out of the air duct. And they would like to find, if they can, whatever stray clothing looks the most like that type of worker and throw it on over theirs.
All right. You then are going to roll for me because we're going to do some rolls. I will say, I think it's going to be survey.
All right. Nope, I keep missing the tray where I roll it. That is a 6 again with just one die.
Gotta love that.
I'm feeling very fortunate about that.
So with that, because you got to clock somebody as they came in before, you are able to find the right outfit fairly easily and get changed into it. You kind of like fold down your clothing so that way it actually can just not be shown underneath the basic garb. You notice that there are 2 different types of garb that seems to delineate the prisoners, so to speak. And one of them is the bright orange and black stripes of the typical prison inmates. For this one, you do notice that the outfits are more in a gray sort of color. Very monotone, very meant to blend into the background, which works all the same for you.
Delightful. They put one of those on, leave the air duct open in case a hasty exit is needed through there, and then are going to head off sort of into the depths of the prison, and they're whistling. They're cycling as they go, quietly whistling through the different bird calls of the rest of the crew.
Amazing. I love it. Speaking of the rest of the crew. Okay. Rowan and Wilda. How are we doing this? Have you called your brother, or are you just going to demand an audience with him?
I'm gonna surprise him. But
this one doesn't get a fruit plate.
No, he does not get a fruit plate. I instead bring him like a sandwich.
Such a good
surprise it wasn't a donut. All right.
Yeah, that is true. We could bring him donuts. I don't just show up at people's places of residence or work without snacks.
I am also physically incapable of doing that, so I understand.
Yeah. And I know that his favorite is Duskball Cream, so
Duskball Cream, I love it. Yeah.
yes.
Perfect.
That's
Excellent.
so
Beautiful.
good.
That
It
is
is. I love that.
Yeah.
incredible. Perfect. Okay. So with that in mind, you go up, you two enter through the main entry of the prison. You do notice that there are a couple of guard clerks, take your pick, manning the front desk, because this is kind of the like visitors entrance as opposed to anything else. And so at the front there are two gentlemen, both with one with just very short buzzed hair, the other woman just with lovely locks of brown hair just kind of curled back behind his ear. Both of them about the same height, and just they're bickering the second you walk in, and just no, what are you talking about? This isn't what we agreed on. Yes, I know it's not what we agreed on.
Kyle, Neil, hello.
Hello. What? And you see Kyle start to ruffle through the pages to like what you presume is the schedule book for appointments. I didn't see. Wilda,
It's a surprise, and I open up like the box of donuts. It's a surprise. Take one.
Oh, I should. And so
it's a command. Take one.
It's very entertaining. Sorry, so you said Kyle, and what was the other one named?
Neil.
Kyle goes for it, immediately snaking his hand towards it. Neil smacks his hand, brings it, and he has to bring it back. You've said how many times you're on a diet? Listen, dear. For the record, that you know that these two are dating, and they shouldn't. It is.
They're totally dating. Yeah,
they are. They try to deny it to literally everybody, but nobody is believing the just roommates thing.
Yeah. Neil, it's not very nice to fat shame your partner. It's okay to have a donut.
He is not my partner. I am not fat shaming. He claims that he is wanting to lose weight. I am just trying to
You can lose weight while eating donuts as long as you're in a calorie deficit. I do it all the time.
Well then. And he just started. He just doesn't know what to say after that.
You're not going to be very cranky if you eat one yourself too. I've run enough for everyone.
Oh. Kyle just puts his hand back in. Thank you, Wilda. You're delightful, and just kind of goes into it.
By the way, this is Rose. I'm not giving away your real name because
of course, yeah, Rose.
Yeah, this is Rose Lichtenstein. Works at the casino with me. Lawyer in Prosper. Told her I'd show her around while on the way to the office. She only gets to look, no touching.
Yes, it's really a delight to be here. Thank you so much for bringing me along. I'm sorry. I'm a little shy around men in uniform.
They kind of like straighten up a little bit at that. They're like, oh, okay, all right. And yeah, it's anyway, so they straighten up and they kind of keep just trying to be more polite as they eat.
Yeah, not just like shoving in their face.
Yeah, it's no longer shoving in their face. Which is, lovely. We love it when they're being polite. It's a good time. And so as you do this, and as you effectively command to kind of make your way through, can you roll command for me?
Yes,
I will say
please.
you're getting help from Rowan in this case, so you get the extra die, but
yeah. I mean, I would also say that the donuts should give me an extra die.
I mean, you are receiving help. Did you want a devil's bargain, or are you pushing? Or are you good with what you got?
I have 2 in command, and I get the extra, so that gives me 3.
Correct.
So I think with 3, I'm feeling really good.
Okay.
All right, so command. Let's go to. Oh, I I always do this. I always have my thing popped out, and I forget that I have to go to. All right, so we're risky, right?
Risky standard, yep.
Standard.
Unless you're trading your extra die for effect, but that's up to you.
No. I don't think. It doesn't give me an option to add an extra dice to the roll before I submit it, does it?
It should at the end.
Okay, so
It
submit
should
this.
give you a bonus.
Oh, there it is.
die.
Hurt
Yeah.
the dirt.
And like I think it's like the last thing,
yeah,
command
bonus
thing.
dice. Let's go.
Ooh.
So we
That's a crit.
rolled 2 6s. That
Yeah.
is a crit. Oh my god, beautiful! I love it. I love
Doesn't
it.
it also put us in a controlled position?
I believe so. At least you got your
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
You guys get to be in a controlled standard position and are very much running under the wire right now. Nobody and running under the radar rather,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. So
I wish I would have gotten another 6 just so the demon capybaras could show up.
Yes. Oh my god.
How much money do I have to donate for demon capybaras?
If anyone rolls triple sixes,
Yeah. A demon capybara just shows up.
Yes.
a demon capybara will appear just randomly.
An entire herd.
An entire herd. Because it's a herd. Anyways, that's amazing. So they are, Kyle and Neil, they just kind of brush you off and they're like, yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, whatever you and your friend need, go for it.
Appreciate
it. Yeah, you know, don't cause any trouble and we'll be good. Maybe don't spread the donuts around too much, though. I mean, if there are spares later in the break room.
Oh, no, this is only for staff.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, enjoy. And you are able to
Buzzed
walk
in. Yeah.
Yep, you guys get buzzed in. You're able to kind of basically walk in without issue, which is awesome. Where do you head once you're in? Where do you head to once you're in?
Do we know what cell or at least floor Asher is on?
Nope.
Gotcha. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
It's okay.
I'm gonna be listening for bird calls. I'm just like, let's see who else is already in. But I think it might be good to like, you know, sort of pretend to give me the tour, just like in case anyone is watching. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just sort of chatting.
So you guys kind of meander a bit as you just, give the tour, so to speak, and whatnot. So James,
anytime I pass up a guard, I give them a donut, like saving the Boston cream clearly for Warren.
Obviously,
but like, yeah.
And you're able
and everyone knows, don't touch the Boston cream.
And most of the guards
the
also
Dust Ball
know that
cream.
by this point. Like they almost don't need to. They look at you and they're like, "Oh, that one, nope, nope." It's got like an invisible force field around it.
Can I, with one of the guards, and I know we're speaking to James, but as we're sort of like on our way up and like kind of like that last level before we get to the warden's office.
Yeah.
It's just a guard that I probably know fairly often, might have grown up together. I don't know. Our dads knew each other, moms knew each other. Who knew? Probably part of the same swingers club for all we knew. It's just like, so any new and exciting criminals entered lately?
And so the individual that you end up saddling up to and chatting with is Bram Abington, who is a large bear of a man, but you did grow up with him. He was fairly good friends with your brother, but he was one of the friends that was always nicer to you than some of the others were. He always showed you a lot of respect growing up and respected your decision to not become a blue coat. He's probably one of the few, but he's always that, and that's probably why you kind of went up to him more than anything at the end, is you know him and you know he's going to be at least nice to you with everything. Bram is, and he is like he's a bear in so many ways. He's a bear.
Which is why he gets the bear claw.
Exactly. Perfect. Which you saved especially for him.
Yes, of course. I know everybody's favorite donut. Like,
Okay. And so he just kind of like, as he's like eating the bear claw, and he just, well, there's a few, I mean, interesting. I don't know. They're all kind of the same at this point, I mean, we got somebody in here for manslaughter. Got another guy in here for, I don't know what he was doing with those ghosts, but he was doing something not good.
Oh, that seems terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on who you ask. I read a book about that once.
Oh, interesting. You'll have to tell me about that later.
I pull it out of my pocket. Here you go.
Oh, cheers. I'll just secret that away. I was like, oh, I'm just wondering though, is this like divided? Like, is there is everyone like sort of all kept together? Is there like, or is there like high security or like a men's and women's women's, and I don't know, those who lie betwixt and outside divisions or something like that?
Law student.
Yeah,
I just look at
okay. Yeah, because otherwise Bram had a very confused look on his face for a second until you said law student, and he's like, oh, okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got ahead of myself. I'm Ro.
Bram, Rose. Yeah.
Great to meet you. Bram. Yeah, I mean, no, we don't do, why would we do it by gender? That's archaic.
I know. It just came off the top of my head. It seems strange.
I know.
Now that I say
fair. Severity of crime. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, severity. Yeah. Severity of crime. Okay.
So it'd be severity of crime. So the people that are, the aforementioned manslaughter and ghost doer. He's clearly struggling with a good word.
Yeah. The ghost coupling. So usually play is involved. I'm just doing a Patrick Swayze movie reference.
You're good.
Oh, okay.
Everyone looked confused, and I was
I
was so carefully in my brain, just like going through the logistics of, but why, and
there's
then
always clay. Clay involved.
Fine.
It's like this manslaughter. What's that about?
Oh, that one goes by the nickname Butcher. Silas Butcher Grimes. I don't know. He's in here for something. He's here for killing a fuck ton of people. But no, he's not all that bad. He's pretty quiet. But so that's gonna be an A block. That's gonna be your more serious crimes, really. That's anyway, and you kind of like, he's like, oh wait, I should be more proper about this, as he looks back towards the law student.
Yeah. And so the less serious crimes,
you'll want B block. They're more of the petty theft, like some of the theft or drug usage, or not drug usage, drug sales and stuff like that. So the illicit
possession
drugs,
with intent to distribute. Yeah.
That one, yeah. And and then you got C block, which are the ones that have done their probation. Now they're kind of just working off their community service time, so they've got more access to different parts. But so it's really about what we do.
All could be really fun interviews for you. We'll have to see which one my brother will give you access to.
Yeah, it's like, I'm actually thinking like maybe B block, because we've been covering, well, I won't bore you with the details of class, but
it's fine by me.
All right, well, thanks, Bram. I'm sure he's pacing in his room knowing that I am now pacing the halls with donuts. So
yeah, I think somebody else already got in there and warned him so that it was coming. So you have a very hungry brother on the other side.
Oh yeah, he also had to make sure that his tie was fixed, because he likes to look as proper as possible.
Yeah, don't tell him mine's been undone all day.
Do you want me to fix it? Just in case he comes out?
No.
Okay, good. That's up to you. Appreciate the honesty. Look good, thanks, by the way. And I give him like a pat on his stomach. To
which he just get like kind of just rumbles and just as he laughs. He's
Kind of
like,
like how if you like as if he was like a bear just standing
yes,
there.
exactly that. And later will and kind of walks off because he does not want to see your brother.
No.
No.
And like before we enter into that room though, I'm gonna have like that deep sigh and like adjust my glasses. Okay.
And as you are getting ready to go in, that is about the time where James decides that they've waited long enough to stagger their entrance.
Mm-hmm.
James, you approach because you come in through the visitor entrance.
Yep.
And you are greeted by two individuals, one of whom still has what looks like a sprinkle on their face.
Great.
And just two guys.
Yeah.
Kyle and Neil.
She comes like clicking in, like the heels are clicking. It's
Excellent.
audible.
Perfect.
And has somehow produced like pink heart-shaped sunglasses from somewhere and are like right on the like bridge of her nose, like pulled all the way down so she can like glance over the top of them. And says, "Hi, sorry, I'm here for my conjugal visit. I had it scheduled for today."
Wait, what? And Kyle goes back and starts going through the. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was today. Like I got a whole new outfit for it. Like I was all dressed for it.
Yeah, and you look great. Kyle's stammering at this point.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to make it special, and it's like doing the thing where she's like talking aggressively to distract us. They're looking.
Meanwhile, Neil is like, oh god, he can see what's going on with Kyle at this point. He's like,
Chaotic bisexuals. What can I say?
Exactly that. What you gonna do? Nobody's straight in this prison. Anyways, why would that be? So as you're doing this, James, I am gonna have you roll. Sorry, as I like think through this, I think it's just gonna be sway. You're just trying to charm him.
Right.
You're just.
I also found my actual dice. I didn't realize I'd squirreled them away.
Nice.
So,
don't forget, you can take 2 stress to add an extra die, or you can ask for a devil's bargain, in which case I give you a situation of you get an extra die, but there's a but.
Fab. Okay. I've got 2. I'll take the rest and see what I'm doing.
All right.
Okay. Okay. A 3 and a 6.
Okay. We only need the 6.
Only need the 6. Could have been pulling for that fun critical, but alas.
All good. Neil's kind of like, he's kind of given up, and he's kind of gone off to focus elsewhere onto some other paperwork. Kyle's the one that's left flustered and is just, I'm sure you are. Okay, well, you know what? I don't see it. But what is your name, and who are you going to visit? Who is
sure, yeah. Maybe they forgot to like schedule it, and like it's totally okay. Like I know things happen.
No. You went through all this effort. I know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. So my name's Clara. Hi.
Lovely name. Lovely to meet you, Clara. And you hear Neil just be like, Kyle. He's grumpy that his roommate is flirting in front of him.
My partner's in here. Her name's Asher. It's like, we're really
the new one that just
maybe I didn't get scheduled properly because she's new, but like it was really important that we like got to see each other. I don't know how everything's gonna shake out, so.
All right. Yep. No, we will get you. Neil just sort of like pinches between his eyes. Gonna get you a visitor pass, and we will get you an escort to the cell.
Oh, an escort! I've had those before. Those are fun.
There's the facepalm moment that Angela told us to happen. Anyway, that's the one that got me.
This is how you won tabletop games, right? That's how you win.
We did it. We won. The session has been won.
The session's in one. We're good. We can go.
No notes. Perfect.
Love it. At which point, actually, and I want to say Kyle goes beet red, by the way. Beet red. Neil just kind of mutters under his breath. He's like, if you get her number, if you really want to, it's not terrible game, Kyle. As he just kind of mutters this under his breath, but you can still clearly hear him. Kyle is even brighter red, but apparently too shy to do anything. And he's like, no, we're good. Just gonna get you signed in. And we're gonna get you. He's about to say the word escort, and then he trips up over it. I'm getting you someone to take you there.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
And you get buzzed in, and as you kind of walk in, you hear the subtle tone, just the subtle voices going, Kyle, your game sucks. Why? My dude. And like, yes, she was pretty. I don't. We want the gays and the theys. You go for the girl. That's how this goes. And it starts to become a conversation about their own personal interests, but also how Kyle has no game.
Yeah. James will like do a little wave over her shoulder just to be annoying.
Neil is the worst partner. Anyways, yeah, and at which point we don't know how Kyle pulled Neil whatsoever.
No.
I think it was literally they were roommates, and then one day accidentally they were more than roommates.
Excellent.
The true stakes here are simultaneously will we break our wonderful friend out of prison, but also what will happen to this relationship at the front gate.
I hope the relationship goes really well. Yeah.
Listen, they're a polyamorous couple, and it's even funnier how Neil watches Kyle date. It's fine. Very open.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It gives me Simon Pegg / like vibes. Yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
We are now in an Edgar Wright film. Let's go.
Yes.
Excellent.
As we should be.
As is right. So you get buzzed in and been told basically by another cleric that, okay, we're gonna have a guard come over here and just wait a moment, and we'll get somebody over here to take you over. As they start to scramble a bit about. You had timed this just kind of as some of the guards were starting to change over too. So you know that it might be a while before they actually come looking for you.
Yeah, I will do like a casual like wonder. James isn't trying to sneak. She's just doing the thing of like, oh, I got buzzed through. I meant to be here.
You've got a visitor badge now,
I've got a visitor pass. It's fine. Like, I know someone said they'd come and get me, but it's been so long and I'm so impatient. I have to have a little look.
As you do, you probably do start to hear certain bird sounds.
Yes.
Going around.
Yeah, I will do my own little callback just to confirm, like, yeah, I'm here.
Angel hears the responding call and like stops whatever the rota of calls they've been doing and just does a little affirmative right back.
Great.
and is going to start heading generally in the direction that James is. Not necessarily right to intersect, but maybe to get eyes on her.
Okay. And how are you? Are you just like walking through the place in your outfit now, or I was gonna say costume? I guess it's in uniform, kind of.
Yes, Angel similarly has now switched to the method of sneaking by not sneaking and acting like they're running some sort of errand or rota, as maybe picked up like a basket of laundry or something.
Yes.
And I'm trying to probably pin down where else everyone else might be, but also just start wandering and seeing if I can get a better sense for where Asher might be.
Fair.
I'd like to look around and see if I can find that cell.
Yeah. Excellent. And we'll slide back. So you two will connect, and we'll get back to you in a second. We're going to slide over to the warden's office.
Slide over?
Pun mildly intended. As it tends to be. We are going to go to Rowan and Wilda as Wilda takes that big, deep breath, center themselves, and get to see their brother. As you enter into the office, Wilda, what does your brother Warren look like?
We're fraternal twins.
Yes.
So we're both redheads.
Yep.
He's got a little bit more freckles than I do, sort of thing. Also, he has the same scar pattern on the opposite cheek. So there's a backstory there. We don't talk about it. And we always pretend that it's something else, sort of thing. He is a little bit like a little stiffer. Like I'm very well dressed and tailored, but I have like kind of think he's like the Rude to my Reno if we play Final Fantasy VII, okay? Like sort
Amazing.
of ordeal, right?
Great.
Kind of thing. He also has glasses on. They're just a darker color. But like we have similar taste in like the types of clothes we wear, just different, like we just wear them differently. He is also 5'10" because there's no such thing as 5'11", and you know, he's there, like we are twins. Warren,
Wilda,
that's Valkyrie.
I was gonna say, because he says your name and then immediately is ignoring Rowan completely. Has decided to has like beelined his eyesight to the donuts.
Yep. And next to it is an apple fritter, which is mine. And there's a plain donut for Rowan. But it's like exactly just 3 left. So like I know how to make my own.
He's like, and he just goes, grabs it. Thank you. So what do I owe the pleasure?
I jerk a thumb towards Rowan. This is Rose, works with me, law student.
Law student at the casino.
You got to pay your way somehow. Not every single one of us has a silver spoon born within our mouths.
Fair.
It's sad but true. But it's really an honor to be here. I really, it's been so nice. Wilda's been such a nice guide.
She does know the lovelier parts of the prison, so.
Oh, I didn't even show her those yet. I came to see you first.
So nice, so kind of you. I appreciate the treat, though.
I stopped by your house earlier and gave your wife a fruits basket.
I am certain she appreciated that. She has not been appreciative of much lately, including me working longer hours for more money.
It's the hormones. You'll have to. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm sure your paternal leave is up soon, though.
As soon as we can find a decent replacement. Are you sure you're not interested in?
I get paid much better at the casino. There's a job opening for you if you want.
Yeah, we're gonna see how much I like paternal leave because the headaches in this place leave much. They
have
to desire.
Excellent. We're unionized, so there is excellent parental leave.
Good to know. Okay.
Plenty of benefits. Yeah.
Dental
much better than the state. We're privately owned. Anyway, so she's here to interview you. I'm just gonna hang back and I'm gonna just stand outside and read my book. No, and
by read your book, you mean actually read this time, because the last time you came by here with a treat as a bribe, you picked a fight with some of my guys for fun.
To be fair, they were being mean to the prisoners, and someone needed to discipline them because you weren't.
So you decided to take it into your own hands.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not very good at just letting injustices go by, especially by those with people in power.
Fair enough. I can't. I just don't. Please. If I have to listen to Blaze complain one more time about
Oh,
you nearly
don't
breaking
worry.
his arm.
Oh, don't worry. If I fight Blaze again, I'll just break his jaw so that way he can't complain.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just ask that you think about the repercussions for me, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, you have such a fun family.
Oh, you should see us during Yule.
Yeah, it's definitely a party.
Mm-hmm. Eggnog.
Sounds
fights.
delightful.
Anyway, I have to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
Good luck. And I like that
Don't
room.
start fights.
Yeah.
He yells that at you as you leave the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I was interested. So yes, it's so nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Rose, your name
Rose,
was?
yes.
Okay. Uh-huh. And uh-huh. What can I do for you here?
Oh, so I was interested in your rates of like recidivism, and also like, just sort of like the rehabilitation model of the prison, and just sort of like going off on this kind of thing that my
Cool.
character would know more about than I do.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna have you roll sway on
Sway,
this one.
sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Risky stand. No, you guys are controlled. Controlled standard.
Okay.
If you want, you can take stress to add an extra die, or you can get a devil's bargain. Take your pick. But
let's see. I do have 2 in sway. I'll go for it. It's controlled, you say? So let's see. Controlled. And no bonus die.
no.
Effects standard.
Well,
Bonus
actually,
die,
hold
no.
on once.
Oh,
Okay,
oops.
you're good. Don't worry. We'll see. Wait, no, 3s. Okay, do me a solid, because I do think
another?
that with your...
Yeah.
I do think actually with you, when you use a disguise, because you have cloak and dagger.
Oh yeah, right. I do. Yeah.
Do you want to just roll 1d6 and see what it comes up with?
All right, come on, please. Not another 3.
It wasn't a 3!
It wasn't a 3. Oh gosh.
We got 2 3s and a 2.
suck.
Devil heard you and went, not a 3.
Yeah, I
Nope.
suck at rolling. I'm so sorry.
No, there are days where Roll20 just hates people. Trust me, I have had those days a lot. It is terrible.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
He starts, he's like,
don't worry.
don't worry about it. He starts, he's like, you're asking so many questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna see about getting somebody else to answer them for you, because I admittedly, I know you're friends with my sister, but I got a lot of paperwork to do.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It's fine. I get it. I get the school thing. Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Of course.
Good. Don't do crime either. It's bad.
I try not to. Yeah.
He's kind of just like, he's almost angry at himself because he's realizing he is not being good at this whatsoever.
Oh, it's really like, your sister was just like, well, she didn't say like outright, like her way, like, not exactly saying, but it seems like she really looks up to you in some ways.
No, she shouldn't.
No, she shouldn't. Well,
it's fine. We're good. She
we'll
chose her own
path outside.
Honestly, she's done so much for me, and I don't know like what I can do to repay her, honestly.
I'm sure you'll think of something. And he just has to like call one of the other guards to like come into the like, that's kind of like hanging out there to help.
Yeah.
And just kind of comes over. He's like, hey, can you go get, I don't even know. Not Blaze. That's a bad idea. Go get Idris. I will get Idris in here. You can interview Idris.
Thank you so much.
And that'll hopefully satisfy whatever you need for, what is this, a report or?
So it's actually I'm working towards my thesis.
You know what? I
So-
don't need to know that. We're good.
Okay.
And he's just like, this is way above his knowledge level. Really,
Okay.
realizing it's not even him trying to be rude. It's him being like,
Fuck if I know.
if I know what this is. What's a thesis? I don't know.
This is actually the experience of being an academic and telling someone who asks about what you're doing, and they're like, actually, never mind. And you're like, okay.
There were too many words that were too long in that sentence. Therefore,
Yeah.
I understand those words separately, but together, I do not know what that is. So that is the vibe you're getting.
Okay.
Which honestly means that your law degree, your starting of a law degree is paying off.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Rowan got pretty far in their law degree before they had to
before everything went to hell, yeah.
Before everything went to hell, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, no, which makes sense. So you're not getting Warren's attention, but you're getting somebody. It's not.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
I failed, but
yeah. I'm not going to really put a consequence in for this one, just because the consequences you're just not getting what you want in this case.
Yeah.
There's nothing really too much with this.
Yeah.
Plus, you guys are in a controlled state that it's
Yeah.
nothing bad. You just don't make any gains.
Gotcha.
Heading back to so Wilda, where are you going? What are you doing?
Wilda went down to the visitors section.
Okay, and you will see James there. Well, James is wandering. You might run into James.
Just pauses, stops, looks around to see if anyone is there, looks at James.
Pink go-go boots stand out like a sore thumb in this place, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Just give a very small thumbs up.
James will do a little nod, yep.
Are they bringing the guests to you, or why are you here?
They said they would have a guard come collect me, but they're taking their time.
1 second. I turn around and I find Bram. Hey Bram. You have a civilian wandering.
Shit.
It's okay. It's all right. I got her.
Don't tell your brother.
No, why would I tell him? You're my favorite person here. Let's keep it that way. You know what? If you're not up to it, I know sometimes donuts make your feet swell. I could take her.
No.
It's fine. I'm kind of bored. I finished my book.
I
gave my spare one away.
Why'd you do that?
I enjoy sharing the things that I love with people that I care about.
That's why you're good. You know the procedures. I'm supposed to be the one that takes her.
Yeah, I know the procedures, but I mean,
can you roll command for me?
Yes. I can take
Let's see how this "but I mean" is going.
Yeah.
I'm just in my little Google bits with my little visitors pass. I'm meant to be here. It's fine.
I'm meant to be here. All right, so there's command. We are in a controlled state.
You're
now.
in controlled standard, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I am gonna take 2 stress to push myself.
Sounds good. Hey,
Nice.
there's still a 6. So no complications. I don't normally see this many 6s in a game. Roll 20 likes most of you tonight. Sorry. No.
Except Amanda. We're sorry, Brad.
Listen, I've been that person. And then you're just I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm stressing out because I have to talk so much right now.
My whole character is built to talk, and yet every time I'm I feel sick. I hate it.
Yeah. I'm trying to
quietly standing
around
over
the
here.
neck. I'm like,
3
oh
words
God,
at a time.
please, just let me do this.
Too funny. Anyways, so Bram just kind of he's okay. You don't tell your brother.
Tell him what?
Exactly. You're going to want cell block B. You want section 6, cell 13. I mean, you know how this goes. 613 would have been.
Yeah.
Anyways, because that is, and he kind of like looks at like the visitor's log and like where the paperwork he would have had to like take you to. He's like, yeah, that claw? That really?
Yeah.
You. And kind of like looks at you just, huh. Okay. Didn't think that was her type, but all right. Rock on.
Oh, she has very diverse tastes.
Hey, Bram goes bright red and he's like, noted.
Thank you.
I was never here. And he kind of just like starts to sign off on the paperwork that yes, you were taken care of, and leaves you to it.
I'm assuming it gives me the keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gives you like the specific ones, like for just that cell and that. Like he goes through. You kind of like. There's a side office that he kind of goes to, starts to fill out the paperwork. He's got more paperwork you see already with this. But he's like, all right, these are the keys. This will get you through. This will get you into B block. Then you're going to want this for 6. Then you're going to need this for 13. Bring them all back here when you're done. If I'm not here, just don't go after Blaze again. He's still grumpy.
I would be too if I had a broken arm.
He doesn't stop complaining. Listen, Will, I get you. I know it's his fault. However, I have to work with him.
Should learn the art of disassociating.
Well, if I could get away with reading books in here, I would.
Yeah, I don't know how to sneak that. I could give you the number to my tailor.
I might take you up on that.
Okay. The unfortunate thing is that they are in a bar that is an underground speakeasy that only allows redheads inside. It's like it's the Ginger Club. But
Grim just kind of shakes his brown, like pulls his brown hair. He's like, oh.
However, if I give you like out of my pocket, it's a small calling card. Free pass.
I'm just gonna take it. Thank you.
Don't
It's a big man, tiny card.
Yep. Don't let Warren see you.
Nope.
Because Warren also can go inside of this.
Warren's not allowed.
Oh no. Right. Thank you. And I give a slight little salute. And like, James, I am so tense with this much human interaction. That is not direct violence. I don't want to be here anymore.
I know. We're doing well. We're doing well, I think.
I really hope Ro is keeping my brother. And that somewhere Angel is within distance and we can go.
I heard a call earlier, so I think Angel is around. They eventually made some sort of noise to let us know that all was well.
We should also call back.
I called back when I got in, but I'll double check.
Well, we just made another. Yeah, do another one. Do the one.
Okay.
The one with the code for we have keys.
Oh yeah, you're right. And James will do a little bird call to be like almost like the signal for like, oh, next stage, like moving on further.
Yeah. Hindsight should have prepared a soundboard for this. Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna do bird calls. I'm not.
No, you don't want to.
Person.
I can't really do it.
The only bird call I know how to do is a red tail talk, and we don't want to do that.
Okay.
None of us.
Angel will hear the next stage call and start pivoting to find the direction they're going, since it sounds like we have a cell to go to.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you still kind of carry around the laundry with you, and so you lot are able to go to. You guys are able to, especially with, both blueprints as well as the knowledge of the jail, you are able to make your way to cell block B, the 6th section of the different they're kind of like in rows and stuff like that, and so it's section 6, and then the 13th cell within that. Without really any issue. There's a few people that kind of wave you down, Wilda, and just like, because you recognize them and you see them. Whereas other people, and they kind of give you a weird look, but also most of them know you at this point, or you've already given them a donut. So I'm going to go in. You are going into this because you're still controlled.
With 6s under like every single roll.
We're doing
Watch,
great.
I'm gonna completely fail my next one.
No, we're riding this high. Nothing will go wrong further.
Nothing's gonna go wrong ever. There's no
nothing.
hubris here. It's fine.
No,
We can never fail.
So as the group of you approach the cell for the individual you've been told to break out, there is somebody already kind of standing in front of the cell talking with them. And as you look, it is Blaze.
God damn it, Blaze.
He too has bright red buzz cut kind of hair, more muscles than brains, wearing not standard issue uniform because for whatever reason, this guy looks like he was really meant to be a surf bro, but got stuck in a military position. So he's got more of the like cut off shirt, tank top vibe going.
Yeah.
It's just that tank top. It's just the white shirt with pants and like the standard pants and shoes, but you refuses to wear the collared shirt and tie. It's none of that is on. And he just kind of like grumbly, and you can hear him start to argue with Asher, presumably in there, about what it's hard to say. And as you three are kind of making your way towards, and you just make sight of Blaze, Blaze turns and locks eyes with you, Wilda.
Dude's just very quietly, it's like, don't break his other arm. Yeah.
And this loud noise just, Wilda, what are you doing here?
Just nonchalantly have my hands like tucked into my pockets. Conjugal visit.
You ain't a guard here.
No, I'm not. Filling in.
That's not how this works. You know that.
An independent contractor.
I don't give a shit who your brother is. You are going nowhere, and I am taking you out of here.
No.
James is like on the little tiptoes for Google, but it's like stretching, being like,
Please.
as if she's trying to see into the cell, like, oh.
Yeah. Please, not in front of the ladies. We could at least go in more open-aired environment.
Yeah, you know what? Fine.
Roof?
You get to come with me, Wilda. And he gives out a loud whistle as this tall Freddie's so tall here. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Tall blonde woman with muscle mommy is what this is. Comes in and just, yep, Blaze, what is it? Zara, can you take care of conjugal visit here? I have some unfinished business. Wilda, let's go.
As I sort of follow him, I'm going to slip, if I can, James the keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you please for me roll? I am gonna say this is
Yeah, nothing that I'm probably good
Nothing
at.
that you're good at, which is always a fun time.
Yeah.
If there's any way that I can help with this, I would love to.
No, I have one skirmish.
Or if if anyway I
do?
could help.
Mhm.
Like if I maybe I turn my ankle in my boots a little and like lean.
I was gonna
on
say,
the
how would you use skirmish in this case?
How would I use skirmish?
Because skirmish is typically kind of like close combat, assault, or hold position, brawl, and wrestle.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was thinking maybe I should have done finesse instead of skirmish. So to skirmish this, I'm thinking that I have the imagery in my head. I'm trying to figure out the words for it. I'm gonna make it look like that I have tripped slightly, so that, and I'm still very close to James, so that James can catch me, and let's reach into my pocket and grab the keys. It's technically wrestling.
Technically wrestling.
Technically that's wrestling.
It could have like a different effect, right?
Yeah. No. Okay. So go for it.
Yeah.
If you don't succeed, it's going to be interesting. You can take 2 stress for an extra die or doubles bargain.
I would like to see if the capybaras are listening.
That's what we're calling a doubles bargain.
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. The capybaras stay. So
incredible.
Extra die. However, you are also going to knock into Blaze as you do this, and he is probably going to start a fist fight right then and there.
Like I'm into it.
Okay, perfect. Then
Fine.
go.
Absolutely. Let's go. Let's do this.
Perfect.
Controlled, right?
You're still controlled, although after this, I think it's going to go into risky.
Yeah. What is my effect?
Standard.
Standard still.
Yep.
And we will have an extra die for that third one. What are we doing here? Oof, big woof. So I just drop the keys and run into Blaze. No one has caught these keys.
And that's the thing. That's going to be that. So that's the condition that you're going to have to resist if you would like to. Is that the keys go spiraling onto the floor and into plain sight. That'll be a prowess resist in order to stop that from happening.
Absolutely. Let's go. If I can find my character sheet again.
That's so fair.
There it is. Yeah. I minimize it and it disappears. And I also have 3 monitors, which actually is worse than better sometimes.
Because you forget where anything is.
All right. Resisting with prowess. No bonus dice on that. It's a 4.
Okay, so you take 2 stress and you're able to resist it. You are able to kind of like knock them into such a way that it's not in the immediate line of sight of Blaze. But Blaze has decided that has been an open invitation to fight.
Yeah. And
thus, that is he is going to take a punch at you. He is going to swing to attack you. How do you want to react to that?
I would like to dodge.
Okay. So you are. I'm going to look at your also character sheet here. I mean, this is now proper skirmish.
Yeah. Proper skirmish. We're risky again, I'm assuming?
You are risky now.
Yeah. For sure. Standard?
Yes.
No bonus dice on that. Let's go with a 5.
Okay.
Nice.
So you are able to... You're able to mostly dodge it. It is a success. You do get it. There is a bit of he knocks you off your balance, and it's going to be hard for you to get a hit in yourself, or to be able to do something, basically respond in an appropriate way. He continues to have the upper hand.
Okay.
James, Angel, what are you two doing in this situation as you see this going down?
You go.
I was going to say, as this is happening, I think Angel has been, once we heard that somebody else was at the cell, has been hanging back a little bit, whether that be all the way back in the hallway or potentially around a corner, because they don't look like they're part of this duo. And as the keys go flying, and this entire situation starts, using this as a bit of distraction, I think they wish to use their ghost veil ability.
Excellent.
Meaning that they'll take 2 stress, plus I'm going to add in 1 stress for an extra feature to go essentially completely invisible. Like if James is looking over around the corner, the laundry basket just drops and there's nobody there all of a sudden, as sort of the veins across part of their body glow like lightning-y blue, and then they're gone. And I want to ideally take up the keys and head in the direction of the cell while this is happening.
Perfect. And you, with doing that, you can do that without any issue. You are invisible. And James, you probably eye the keys and you see them there, then look around, and then when you look back, they are gone.
Yeah, I think James was considering going for them and then sees the laundry basket drop and is like, no, do something, like pivot away from that because the keys are going to go in a minute.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, she sees everything start to move into place and is like, no, I know where I'm going. Yeah. So as the laundry basket drops and the keys get back up, I think James is like, okay, well, it's time for me to run distraction, because presumably like our lovely big blonde muscle mommy is still hanging around.
Yeah, oh, she's still there.
Great.
She's there to take you to your conjugal visit. So
yeah, in which case James is gonna like full body like shriek as if she's like got rattled by this and like launch herself at this woman and be like, are all your guards like this all the time, like clinging to her?
To which she is like shocked, but then is no, this is really, this is unbecoming of him. We should get you somewhere safe. We don't want you getting hurt at all in this. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I came for my visit and I didn't realize it would be like a big deal. And
I know.
Is putting on like a little quiver in her shoulders.
Oh my god.
This is everything.
Okay, can you roll for me Sway as you are trying to woo them into doing whatever it is you want to do right now?
Lovely. I love rolling Sway. I'm usually good at that. No, why would I say that? No, okay, there we go. A 5.
5. Okay, cool. Yeah, and she's just, I know, it's okay, miss, it's fine. And she kind of just like pats your shoulder and just kind of holds you in place a little bit. Arms kind of going down your shoulders a little bit.
Yeah.
And just, you are here for your conjugal visit. Okay, let's figure out a way for some peace and quiet. Perhaps what we can do is bring them to you. Would that be all right instead? To get you away from the distress that is here.
I just want her to be able to come and we can see each other and okay.
Of course.
If you think that's best.
I love it.
She's like, yes, you know what? Come with me. I'm gonna make sure, and kind of like start to do a wide circle around the fist fight that's going on.
Curl as if you like, don't touch me, please. I'm afraid of this fight happening.
At which point you see, and she will be in front of you to make sure that you're not you're not getting any damage done to you. Rowan. Eventually, the assistant that they called for, Idris, has shown up. He is lovely, dark-skinned man. Was I imagining Idris Elba a little bit? Maybe. That's fine. Can we blame me?
Idris I know, so why wouldn't he?
Hilariously, it's a name that came up on the random name generator I was using, and I was like, screw it, it's Idris Elba. He's in here.
All right.
So
I didn't know we had the budget for that. Yeah, it's like, why would any of us have any problems with that?
We have no complaints about a
good, excellent. I'm glad.
All right.
Perfect. So he comes in. He's like, Warden, Right. Hello, miss. I'm told that you are looking to interview someone for answers on ongoings with the prison system.
Oh yes. And I'm going to actually take out I from my gear. I'm one of the things that I had was some documents. So I'm gonna
Oh.
have some like legal like papers. I actually do have
Uh-huh.
like a legal like a peer reviewed study up in the other up in the other tab. So yes, I'm doing a thesis and I'm working on rehabilitation. So we're looking at prison conditions, recidivism, and sort of like the connections between the two. And so I thought that coming here would be a great way to get some like, real on the boot, like on the ground research done for my thesis.
Okay, do me a favor. You're going to roll sway to see if you can maintain his attention so that way nobody ends up leaving this space. You will take a bonus die for the documents.
Okay.
Otherwise, risky standard at this point.
Risky standard. Okay.
And you can still take 2 stress to push and add an extra die, or do a devil's bargain. Or a capybara bargain, as we're a copy bargain.
A copy bargain.
A copy bargain.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Copy bargain. Anyways.
I'll push myself. I'll take 2 stress. Yeah.
Okay. So then now you have 2 bonus die.
2 bonus die. Okay. Risky and standard. 2 bonus dice. I'm trying to stack the deck in my favor. Let's see how this
so
goes.
valid.
Let's see. Come on.
There's a
Oh, I got a 6. Finally, all those 4s. I got 4. I got 3 4s and a 6.
The Roll20 curse has been broken.
Excellent. Hopefully it's been broken and not passed on. Idris is enthralled. Idris is actually was probably the best person for this, and he starts to geek out over it with you. And is just thoroughly enthralled with this and starts digging into all of it. I will not go into it because I am a theater student and I have no legal nothing that I can even BS about that.
Yes,
anyways,
prison conditions. All that.
Oh yeah. And he goes through it with you in the most loving.
I'm actually going to end up doing prison reform like while I'm here, just as a side thing.
Honestly, yes, probably.
It's always sunny. Philadelphia title card is just Rowan reforms the prison system.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Perfect. So then we're actually going to go. Oh, so we've got you distracting Idris. We've got James distracting Zara. We've got a fist fight, which leaves us with Angel.
Angel's having the best day ever. This is fun for them.
Angel, what you doing, honey? What's going on?
Angel is heading down to the cell where we saw Blaze talking, and what do they see when they get there, out of curiosity?
So approaching the cell, you see she clearly seemed to she may have been standing on point, but she went back to sit down, just kind of staring and waiting. Redhead, hair bowed down to her shoulders. She's got a scar kind of across the nose, bright blue eyes, and she's just like leaned back, feet kicked up onto a chair nearby as she like sits on the bed. And she seems to have a knife on her. How she got that in is beyond anybody. But she's just started to whittle.
Well, first of all, amazing. Immediately respect her for the knife. That's incredibly impressive.
Pockets in places they don't expect.
Angel, looking at the keys briefly, do they know offhand which would correspond to this cell and to... She's not handcuffed, right?
No.
Cool.
So she's good because she's been in the cell. You probably overheard enough of the conversation with Bram to know which one you need to use.
Delightful. Normally, they would not, in this form, even necessarily unlock the door. They would just kind of phase through the bars. But assuming that Asher cannot do so, they're going to unlock... this might backfire. They're going to unlock the cell door as quietly as possible.
Okay. If we're going with quiet, can you please roll for me either prowl or finesse? I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think I will push myself because
Okay.
I would love to roll with a little bit more than 2 die for that.
That is so fair.
Wasn't on there. That is a 5.
Perfect. Still good. Okay. So it takes you a little bit, and if everybody else wasn't so distracted, you probably would have heard, like, somebody still would have picked up or noticed something kind of going on, but you're good. You hear, you see her kind of react as the click of the door and it swings open, and she just, at which point your ghost veil probably fades because it does only last for a few moments.
I would have done my best to step into the cell.
Oh, yeah, and you would have gotten in. And probably coming back in, it's more like a sprinkle of electricity as it kind of flows down and you reappear. Huh. It's been a while since I've seen anybody else who can do that. I take it my girlfriend sent you.
Angel stops for just a minute at both of those statements and kind of blinks and yes, that would be correct. Hi, I'm Angel. I'm here from the Silver Stag. Are your escort out?
She looks you up and down. She's like, right. Gonna have to thank her later. And she basically, she's like, all right, then let's go. Escort, or rather, Angel. And is just gonna loop arms with you.
Angel will head out of the cell with her. And is there a way for us to start, in lieu of another direction to go, is there a way for me to start taking her back towards the laundry room where I have a very helpful air duct?
I'm going to say, for the sake of time and brevity, we are going to say yes. You are able to take her back to the laundry room. She does make a funny snide comment about laundry rooms being a fun place to do things, and then exits with you through the air duct down towards the sewers. And you are able to get out without an issue. Wilda, how do you escape this issue with Blaze? You are muted.
Oh, you're muted.
Wilda, muted. Oh no.
Okay, I was muted. So here's what's up. I told my brother that I was gonna try not to fight this man, but if I was gonna break his jaw so that he couldn't complain.
Perfect. So we're gonna try to break his jaw, right?
We're gonna wreck this man. Listen, so
violence is being chosen.
See, I've been having like my hands in my pockets this entire time, because inside my pants pockets is where my brass knuckles are.
Good.
So I'm just gonna slip my fingers into them, and then like after that, like that skirmish that he does, I turn and look at him, and I pull out my hand with my knuckles, and I take off my glasses, put them in another pocket. I was like, told my brother that I wasn't gonna fight you unless I broke your jaw. And I'm gonna punch him in the face. I also have what's called Savage. So
yes, excellent.
When I unleash physical violence, is especially frightening. So he's probably only gonna need one hit before hopefully, and I will push myself on this one. Because I want to end this as quickly as possible, and I have those resources. Yep. Okay. And we're still risky. Still standard. Extra dice. Let's go. Maybe.
I believe.
I don't. There it goes with a 5.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You break his neck. You break his jaw, rather.
Oh God! I hope
That escalated so fast.
I don't need to be. Here's the thing: I would have
desperate.
accepted that for my one, and then gotten in trouble because my consequence.
Actually, yeah, that would have been your consequence, which would have been funny for a whole other reason. No, at the 5, you managed to break his jaw. Your hand does hurt, I will say.
Yeah, of course.
But it is otherwise a clean break. And which is honestly the best way to start to wrap up this ridiculous little adventure. You break his jaw. Angel gets out with, I was going to say the prize, but I guess, yeah, okay. Rowan, you wrap up with Idris and make future plans to actually start to look at the reformation of the prison system. Which may or may not encourage you to go back to school at the end of the day. We'll see what happens. That helps. But anyways, James, eventually Zara leads you to what should be the room for the conjugal visit. However, there's difficulty finding your partner. How do you get away from her, and or how do you decide to leave?
Oh, I will make a big show of oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to cause any confusion. I feel like this has all gone wrong, and does the whole oh, this is all my fault routine. And I was like, but thank you so much for your help. You were so kind to me. And then we'll pass her my number.
Good, excellent. To which she already was getting ready to pass you her number. So she's like,
great.
All right, I guess it's an exchange then.
Thank you. And we'll tuck the card away and then hustle out of there and be like, gotta go.
Amazing. So as we wrap up, you bring Asher back to her girlfriend, Helene. Yes, Helene asked you to break her partner out of jail.
Figured as
much.
much.
Asher is an idiot. I say this, the NPC is a character I've played before. That I can make fun of her as much as I want. That is how this works. So, and to which she is eternally grateful. You are given extra vacation days added. I mean, there's always the gold as well. But because this is only a one-shot, we do not need to track the resources. They are within our brains. But you all leave with new contacts, new connections, new flirtatious friends. And Kyle and Neil go back to their apartment to work on Kyle's game in picking up another partner.
And it's going to end up in a fade to black because somehow that's their foreplay.
That is. It fades to black, and then a little rainbow-colored demon capybara.
Yes! Little Satan wings. Just
going.
Incredible.
And that is probably the best place to end this one shot. Could we have continued on for a very long time? Absolutely. This was so much fun.
This was so much fun.
So we're going to do, before I talk into other fantastic one-shots coming up for this Pride Month and Juneteenth, I'm going to have my cast go around quickly and say who they are, where we can find them, and yeah. Sorry. I really should pick a person to start.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We can do opposite direction. So I was last, so I'll go first.
Okay, perfect.
There we go.
Go backwards.
Okay. Hey everyone, I am at Valdoranth. Everyone on the internet, I produce TTRPG streams for me and my friends over on my channel. I also run Blades in the Dark, but not traditional Blades in the Dark. I run an Animorph skin of Blades in the Dark on Fridays. So if you like idiot teenagers with a death wish turning into animals in the 1990s of Louisiana, that is what's happening over on my channel on Fridays. Very soon on Saturdays, my friend Emma, who we also know from this channel, we will be returning with season 4, the final season, or season 5, excuse me, the final season of our Dragon Age campaign, In Darkness Unbroken. That's very exciting. And then last but not least, this coming Sunday, we're over on Sword and Key. We're playing some Dungeons and Dragons over there to raise money for Trans Lifelines. I play a literal cryptid. So just this very large monster with very small guy energy that may or may not be the child of Oberyn and Tatiana. I don't know. Like, we haven't decided. But yeah, that's me. That's where you can check me out. And then the coming weeks, days, my spaces. And follow me on all the socials so that you can find links to. That's me.
Yeah, amazing. All right. Because my cameras got mixed up. I actually don't know who was next between Bex or Emma. So
I will go.
excellent.
I'm Bex. You can find me on the internet in various places. Mostly these days I am on Blue Sky under Phoenix Force because I'm a little nerd like that. On Tuesdays I am in a Cyberpunk Red AP over on the Misadventurers League, which is a lot of fun. And I have a horror podcast called Out to Get You, where we interview loads of fun people like authors, Gretchen Felker Martin and Delilah Sturgis, which was all great. That's pretty much my lot. I work in the editorial board for Strange Horizons, the sci-fi and fantasy magazine. We are running our fund drive this month, so please come along and support some fun sci-fi and fantasy.
That's amazing. Awesome. Cool. Move it over to Emma.
Hello, I am Emma. You can find me not on the internet in terms of social media at the moment, but in corporeal. But you can also my acting work in various podcasts, including in Breathing Space over the next couple weeks, which is a sci-fi western where there will be another prison heist that I am part of in a very different way in this instance. And on June 27th, you can find me on Nerds with Dice, running a one-shot of Candela Obscura for another spooky city that may possess some ghosts that I'm very excited about.
I love Candela Obscura because one of the touch points literally is Blades in the Dark. So it's great. And
It's
Basin.
so delightful.
Oh, it's everything I love. Anyways, Amanda.
All right, yeah, I'm Amanda Panda Sensei. I stream from Yokohama, and I am usually just an English teacher, but this was my first ever AP, so this is my first ever actual play so this was so much fun. I was so happy to be here. You can find me on my channel, Amanda Panda Sensei, here on Twitch. I'm just gotten back into streaming, so I usually do like writing with like my glass pen or traditional Japanese calligraphy. I'm not very good at it, just don't get your hopes up. But yeah, and I like to hang out with people. If you're interested in having me on your Let's Play, on your actual play, then I am certainly available to talk on Twitter. I'm at nanibgultl. Or send me a message here on Twitch, and I'd be happy to talk.
Amazing. And I've been your storyteller. My name is Parker. You can find me at thepixieparker on most places on the interwebs. I stream mostly my own stuff these days. Sometimes it's mini painting, sometimes it's playing dating sims because that's who I am as a person. And otherwise, by day, I work with the International Game Developers Association. So if you are a game developer and interested, please reach out. I can start talking about it. Anyways, what else do we have going on this channel for Pride Month and Juneteenth? Let me just run through that real fast before we let you all go. June 19th at 2 p.m., which is, Wednesday. Oh my God, where is this month gone? 2 p.m. Eastern, Celebrate Black Stories as GM Arnica takes us back to A Booker's Way for this Juneteenth one-shot. Be sure to check that out. Same day at 8 p.m., there is the long-running anchor show for the Sapphic Homebrew World, run by Girls Run These Worlds founder Ryu, who is fantastic. I've had them as a streamer on a different thing for IGDA, actually, which was great. So I adore them as a person. As the Dungeons Mixtress for Roll for Luck Sparked. Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, epic post-apocalyptic game where each player runs a faction at the end of the world. That sounds so cool. Attempting to leave something better for whoever comes after. In Rust with GM Ella. Friday, June 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going through this. There's social media will have a lot of these details. I'm just trying to entice you, but I'm half also like reminding myself what's going on, so I go into it. This is partially for me, y'all. 7 p.m. Eastern, celebrate Pride and Juneteenth. That's this Friday. As the group solves a mystery at the center of a reenactment group with storyteller Janie Potts. And then Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, join GM Shagik in Lost on Earth. Beneath the surface of the Earth, dangers beyond even the locals' imaginations lurk, and death is as mundane as breakfast. Wow, we went with really grim stuff and places for this month, man. Whispers are heard about someone defying the heart itself. Anyways, they all sound absolutely fantastic. So please check out the other one shots. We were the first one. We are not the last, though. So please have a safe and happy and healthy Pride. Mask up, drink your water, be good, smash the patriarchy and the prison system and all that fun stuff.
Be gay and
Be gay, do crime.
Be gay, do crime.
Thank you all again for this wonderful adventure. We will not be rating anybody, so you are free to enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a lovely night, everybody.
Bye.